Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Keturah and over there is Nick. Today we are at the farm. We moved the goats, we moved the chickens, and now he is getting the sides ready for the chicken coop to winterize it so they will not get so cold with the wind and the snow and the ice that's coming. But that's not what today's video is about. Today's video, this is the end of 2024 and we just started 2025. Happy New Year, by the way. But we want to talk to you all about our chicken cells from this year and how we did with our pasture raised chickens. We're going to show you when we picked them up from the processor, and then we will talk about how much we spent on everything, and we will go over how much we made. And that way you all can have an idea of how much you can make possibly if you want to try pasture raised chickens. Does that help?
Yeah.
A lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeps it all together so it don't fall off, fall out.
And I was asking, does it help with the...
No.
Okay. Okay.
Needs more just to hold it.
Huh.
He got it.
That's neat.
Yeah, that'll help. We got three and a half hours. Okay. Keep it all together for you.
That's pretty neat.
I got enough insulation.
Yeah.
Is he?
Now you got to walk this straight line.
Yeah, no. Give me a minute.
You're pretty good at that.
Take a lot of practice.
I bet. That'd make me nervous. All right, we got it insulated as best as we can. Time to head home. We just got home from the processor, so we are going to get this unloaded and put in the freezer as fast as we can.
S-U?
Huh?
S-U? Shut.
State University? I did not say that.
You said shut.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You said shut up. Please.
All right, so we got off all of the blankets and the, what's that thing called? What's that thing called? Sleeping bag, sleeping bag,
Rope.
sleeping bag. And now we are removing the plastic wrap, and then they're all going to the freezer.
She wanted to save it and wrap it around something. I was like, no,
I
just cut it.
Did not. And then it's going in this freezer over here. Go ahead and make that face again. That was cute. All right, guys. So we are going to go over, as promised, our numbers from 2024. We only had one batch of chickens as far as meat birds or broilers. We got 250 of them, and we just did the one set. And that was later in the season. We did it really late, like into the fall. One thing I wanted to say is that this does not cover some things, like our brooder. It does not cover
It only covers the operating costs.
operating costs.
It's only the feed and the cost of the birds, water, and that's it.
Yeah. So
It doesn't cover the 20 chicken crates we bought, the trailer we have to haul them.
right. So when we first started, we had a brooder, and we've actually changed our brooder setup quite a lot over the past 4 years. Now we're using our livestock trailer. But as far as heat lamps, we bought those to begin with. And we've had to use bulbs. This year we didn't have to get any new bulbs, so we didn't even have to put that cost in there. We also had our waterers, we had our feeders, so none of that is in the cost. That would be your initial setup. And we can cover that in another video if you all ever want us to go over that. Just let us know in the comments below. Just to give you an idea, we took our chickens to the processor on September 9th. We picked them up on September 23rd, and then we finished selling them by November 25th. So we sold all of the chicken that we had within 2 months. So 2 months and 2 days. As far as our cost, the chicks themselves, we got 250 of them for $400. Our shipping was $75. The total feed bill was $855. Our fuel bill, now this would include driving to the processor and driving home, and then driving to the processor to pick them up and driving back home. So our fuel was $234. Water, we estimated about $4. Processing, this was our biggest expense. So it was $1,540.54 to get all of our chicken processed. We used to do it ourselves, but since we have so many that we're growing now or raising, and we wanted to do cuts because our customers want cuts, we decided to go ahead and get them processed. The credit card fee, because at Baltic they charge you a credit card fee if you pay with a credit card, was $46.22. Bedding for the brooder, peat moss was $24, and wood chips were $14. The only other cost that we had was grit. It's really important to have grit for your birds. So that was $13, which comes to a grand total of $3,205.76. So, what?
Nothing.
He thinks I'm humorous.
Very precise.
It is. They want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay.
As far as sales in chicken breasts,
How many holes? How many holes did we sell? 50?
I think it was 49.
49? Mm-hmm. So we did 49 holes. And then, what was it, 235 is what we ended up processing.
235. Mm-hmm.
So we did the rest in cuts. So the total from the cuts was 7,111 or 7,111. So that's a profit of what?
Almost 100%.
Yeah, almost 100%. Mm-hmm. But one thing we left out that we didn't account for was cost of time. So we didn't take a salary. So far, I have a full-time job that funds the farm, and 100% of the profit goes back into the farm. So we don't, at the level we're at, we're not taking any money. We're not accounting for our time for any of it. There's a lot being said for moving feed, hauling feed, driving to get the feed, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't think I should go over the breasts, like how many pounds of breasts we had, and how many thighs, quarters, holes, drums?
I mean, there's a lot of variables that go into why those weights are the way they are, because in years past, we didn't segregate the birds whenever we put them in the boxes. And we just had, we had 7 to 8 pound holes. And this year we took all the small birds and had them, we segregated the small ones out, put them in their own containers, had them cut into holes, process as holes. And we had the larger birds all put into cuts. So we had a lot more weight in the cuts this time than we did in the holes. Mm-hmm. And I'll say, well, in years past, whenever we did large holes, some people were happy to get the large ones. Some people wanted the small ones. This year, it was almost the other way around. Most people were happy to get what they got. Mm-hmm. But most people also wanted larger birds.
Yes.
I mean, we had,
they were small.
We had 3, 4, maybe 5 pound birds was the biggest bird we had. And when in years past, that was by far the smallest bird we had. Maybe next time we do it, maybe it might be worth kind of evening that out a little bit. Have a few larger ones, have some small ones, have some large ones, but maybe, I don't know. Have some larger ones, I guess, is what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
Just to give those customers the opportunity to have a bigger chicken.
Because like the ones that we sold, the holes that we sold, they would not be good for our family because they were pretty small. I mean, our family of 4. Yeah. We need the bigger ones. But just to give you an idea, these are our prices that we charge. So this is quite a bit cheaper than any pasture-raised poultry producers that I have looked up. Like our chicken breast, we charge $10 a pound for our chicken breast. Most places are $12, $14. The other person that I checked in West Virginia, there's not many, but this one is in Morgantown, which is 3 hours from us. Theirs is $14 a pound. So we could be charging more, but we're not. And then everything, they charged more on everything. So hearts, liver, the holes, they were charging $6 a pound. Thighs, they're charging $12, and wings, they're charging $9. So we could raise our prices, but we've kept these same prices for a while. Now this is our 4th year doing this, and we've learned a little bit every year. And going into it this year, we haven't decided exactly how many we're going to raise or how many batches or sets that we're going to raise, but we have learned a lot. So, yeah. Final numbers, our total cost was $3,205.76, and our total sales was $7,111.70. So that's promising, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
The only problem is, if you're using this video to base your, I guess, mindset on whether you want to get into this or not. You know, the stuff that we listed as, you know, back at the beginning, we listed that we didn't account for in this video because we already had it, it's not cheap, right? I mean, it's not that it's not overwhelmingly expensive, but it's, you know, it's not a zero cost. You know, chickens are expensive to get into. There's upfront money. You know, pigs are a lot cheaper. There's no brooder, basically. You don't have to have a space. You don't have to have bedding. You don't have to have lights. You don't have to have, you know, power. You don't have to have any of that stuff. You need a sow. You need a bred gilt to start with a farrowing process, or you just buy some piglets and you get you a couple hog panels and some T-posts. You know, you might have $150 into your initial pig setup, whereas your chicken you might have $500 into it. And as you grow, as you get more birds, your brooder has to expand. You can't just have them in a small box basically, or a live. You can't brood them in what you see at Rural King or Tractor Supply in the livestock waters, because they outgrow that. You're gonna outgrow that quickly. You might be able to do 10 birds in that. You know, if that's probably even too high. So.
And meat birds are a completely different ball game than raising egg layers. Like, there's so many things that you have to be particular about as far as the temperature. I mean, it's almost like they're just waiting and wanting to die. So you have to be very controlled with your temperature. You have to be checking on it. The humidity, we haven't really worked much on our humidity in our brooder, but we've learned a lot about humidity makes a difference. Airflow makes a difference. There's a lot to it. You have anything else?
My biggest advice would be to plan it out and understand your cost before you start. Understand that yes, you will be able to, there's profit to be made, but if you're going to start a chicken enterprise, I guess, or I don't know, however you want to say it, if you're going to bring chickens onto your farm or onto your house, meat birds specifically, research the brooder first. Make sure you understand all the brooder needs, the size, you know, square foot per bird, the amount of lights you're going to need for that, the amount of internal structure to eliminate corners, and all the, you know, there's a lot of good information out there on how to make a brooder, and investigate that, get it built first and get it set up first. Even if you had it in the past, get it set up before your birds come, because we had a couple, you know, you can go back in our videos, there was one day where I had to go we had miscommunication with the hatchery, and it was stressful. It didn't need to be.
We got surprise chickens.
So make sure, one, you can brood, and make sure you can freeze, because they are short, only 2 months cradle to grave. So make sure you have a place to put them, because you do not want to go. I mean, if you're gonna process yourself, it's probably more critical. If you have it at a processor, you can probably leave them there for another week or two at the most. I mean, you don't want to leave them there for long, because it's disrespectful to the processor's time and their energy costs. So just investigate it before you start to make sure you have the beginning and the end covered. I mean, the middle is enough work, and by the time you get done with 100, 200, 300, whatever birds, you're gonna be tired. You know, it's a grind it's a short time, but it's a grind. And if you're gonna run multiple sets, make sure you have the, you know, place to store dry feed without having mice and rats get into it. That's a problem.
Because we've had that trouble.
You know, just think through the whole process. If you have any questions, you know, you can ask us. There's plenty of people out there that I'm sure are willing. We've met through the community of pasture poultry community. There's lots of people that are willing to share information. It's not a tight-lit group. People are very forthright in what they do and how they do it. So.
I know the other thing I was going to say is that I'm fortunate, and we're fortunate, that he is very mechanical, and he can come up with ideas and things very easily. So like our feeders, we didn't have to purchase like the expensive feeders. He came up with our PVC pipes, and he can cut them and he can put them all together, and he can build things really well. And so if you can, I mean, you don't have to use what people are showing you, what we're showing you. Like, use what you have and do what you can with what you have. So, I mean, if we had to buy all of our feeders, those long feeders, it would have been really expensive. But thankfully, he was able to build them. So that was good too.
You definitely need to save money
Yes.
when you can, where you can. But if you can't do it, if you're going to make something, and I don't know how to say it. don't make something that won't work. Put it that way. Understand the parameters that need to be met. As long as you can build something within those parameters, and go for it. Don't waste money on something somebody else made just because it's easier.
Yeah.
But
True.
anyway.
Wait a second, don't go anywhere. There's one more thing that I forgot to share with you that I really want to tell you. We did sell all of our chicken, but we have not sold all of our chicken backs. We have a lot of these chicken backs, and sometimes we sell them, like people get them for bone broth, and we sell them pretty good. Not very often. So what we're trying to do right now is come up with ideas to use them. So I have contacted a place in Georgia. It's called Farm Broth, and we can send them 100 pounds of our chicken backs, and they will make broth and then sell it back to us. So we're thinking about doing that. However, we would have to ship, and that would be kind of expensive. So we're trying to find a place locally that will do that for us. We could do it ourselves, but we do not have a commercial kitchen, and we have to have like a USDA certified commercial kitchen in order to do that. So I just want to let you all know that, because that is going to be added into our sales. So our sales and our profit is going to be even greater than what we've already told you. All right. Well, I think that's everything. If you all have any questions, ask us. Put it in the comments below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can with the answer, or if we don't know the answer, we'll find the answer. So thank you all for watching. We really appreciate you guys. We recently reached, we're almost to 5,500 subscribers. So that's exciting.
Getting closer.
Yep, closer. So we're doing well, but it's because of you all. We really appreciate you guys. And I guess we will see you on the next video. Bye guys.